Oh, we are live. Whoa, right here at the site of the African Cultural Arts Center, y'all. Live. Would you like to, how are you? Good. Excellent. Queen, how are you doing? I'm feeling blessed. Really good. Excellent. So introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. And this is Adefua. Tell us what Adefua is and why should people be excited about what's happening? Your 40th anniversary. I have the pleasure of being with two great people right now. I give thanks for that. I give thanks to our ancestors for paving the way for all of us. And ancestors are those people who have lived a good life. They've died and passed on. That's why we're here. My name is Afua Kuyate, and I've been spearheading the Adefua Cultural Education Workshop for 39 and a half years. And it's my capacity to make sure that we continue to sustain African arts and culture in Greater Ghana, and also to be a spokesperson using my voice, my experience, my commitment globally. So for those people who are not even born yet, that they'll be able to walk into the space that we resonate right now in honor of our work. So, for people who don't know what Ashe means, I know you. Doesn't she bring such elegance? The queen is here. For people who don't know what that means, and again, many people are going to be watching it. They're like, I love how it sounds. What does it mean? Ashe is a Yoruba word. Yoruba is an ethnicity in Nigeria, which is located in West Africa. And this ethnic group is called Yoruba. And the language that we're speaking is also called Yoruba. And the word ashe is like an affirmation, like, shall it be so? Or so it is. Even you can say ashe to accent something that you like or something you love. If you can imagine what's your favorite food, and you would say that and you would say ashe, as an affirmation. So we give you permission to feel all of who you are and use the expression, use the fact finding, to say ashe. I love that. I love that so much. What I love about this is it's almost like she's giving us African Americans who are African first, right? Roots, African at our roots, permission, right? Right? Clarity around what it means to really go deeper and to explore our culture. It's our right. It is our birthright to step into who we are. And how do you know who you are if you're not in community? You have to step together because our history, our way of life is communal. Our native land is Africa. When you take the journey to Africa, everything is together. Everyone eats together. Conversations are all together. It's an honor to sit at the feet of your elders. So there's not a lot of secrets in community. When you're discussing serious natures or challenges or celebrations, you go to the elders. And when you go to the elders, many people are going to be right there. And so you cannot even assume that, well, I'm going to wait so I can have a moment of privacy. So that brings the strength within our community. We're all together. So the work of figuring out, who you are, it's really about being in community. Allowing yourself to grow with that, being checked, right? It's not easy, but in humanity, it's not easy either. There's one humanity. Africa was just one. There was no North, South, East, West Africa, and Central Africa. It was always one.
It was not our choice to divide the continent, but here we are. But it is our choice to walk in the pathway of unity, and we recognize who we are in community, and that's Africa. Africa is the father, the mother of all land. It's the alpha and the omega. It's Africa. So we take those journeys. We take the journeys. And for those of you that are not able to make those journeys over across the Atlantic Ocean, that's where we sit and we stand tall here in America, Adefua. The work that we do, it bridges the gaps. And you have the right to have all those experiences. It's your birthright.
Mhm. Shit. Oh, this is the present. Yeah, so part of what we're going to do today, this is living powerfully and better together. And I like to bring on people who are living powerfully, people who understand the value of getting better together, getting healthier, getting happier, getting wealthier, getting wiser, and all the things. When you tap into your heritage and who you are, it is enriching in ways that really create a space for you to live powerfully beyond your wildest imagination. So I'm excited to be actually going to the motherland with this beautiful lady. This is going to be a timeless video, but we're going in December. We're going in less than 2 months, a month and a half. December 13th is when we're leaving, and we're going to be gone for 30 days, going to three countries, and maybe four. I may do a follow-up trip to South Africa, Ghana, Togo, and Benin. And so, you talked about, you said you've been going to the motherland for about 20 years. How does it change people when you go? And by the way, we're taking you on the journey with us. And as part of the 40th anniversary, the celebration for Adefua, there's an event that's happening November 16th on the ODUNDE Festival. And then every month for the entire year, there's a celebration in December. We're taking you to Africa with us. So it's going to be a chronicled event, an opportunity for you to go with us, to talk with us, to connect with your people with us as we go on this journey. So we're super excited. Anything you want to share about either on Odunde, November 16th, or Africa, like literally going to the motherland on December 13th?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity. So your question was around the transformation. So absolutely, it is a transformation for everyone. Even though I travel, if God willing, I'm able to go every year. It's a transformation for me every year. So it doesn't get old. When we have the opportunity to bring people to the continent for their first time, it's an honor because you are making it possible for them to open up their lives with family that they've never met before, with family that adopts them immediately. Before they walk away and they say, fare thee well, then there's tears that are shared because there's a sense of separation. Africa is very proud to be in the space of hospitality. As soon as you arrive, everyone wants to meet you. Isn't that very different from America? Everybody wants to see you. They may not have much, but they're golden. And they make sure that you are comfortable. If at all, they see that you're uncomfortable, they're not happy at all. We see that throughout Africa. So absolutely, everyone takes a different path in their transformations. Everyone, have an idea what they're going to do as soon as they get off the plane. But they step their first foot on the land of Africa. Everyone has a different way of doing it, and we welcome that. So it's really therapeutic, and nothing is forced or the expectations are so overwhelming. Everyone plans their internal journey, and we support it.
I love it.
The Odunde Festival, we are kicking off our 40th anniversary. And that is just amazing to be able to say that we've been rocking and rolling, having a great time for 40 years. I've always been enjoy and being able to balance my life by dancing, by performing, and by teaching, sharing culture, providing more transformations with our girls with our rites of passage programming. Creating space, whether if we're in the park or community center or theater, someone's home, we always create sacred space. So to be able to now look at demolishing the home that I've been living in for 30 years to build the community, to build the world sacred space for everyone to come to and know about, and build closer bonds and create pathways and provide some local economy. That's what our work has, I would say, how we're migrating into. It's how we could be a one-stop service around culture and arts. And I particularly say culture first because we know that everything we do is very artistic in nature. One thing that I feel that we need to focus on more is culture. Because if you put culture in the middle of homelessness, it's taken care of. If you put culture in the middle of mental health, it's taken care of. Because we do come together, we figure it out. In our greetings, when we say hello, the next thing, how are you? Right? It's intentional that we follow through. How are you? And that's not something that we could say is an American way of expression. That comes from our motherland. That's the hospitality that we still represent today. So when we talk about the ODUNDE Festival, we love to see everybody there. It's going to be an amazing performance. We have an all-star cast. Everyone on stage has their entities that are blooming. And I'm just so honored to say 40 years we're going to celebrate with these amazing people on stage. The African Marketplace, the doors open at 3 p.m. on November 16th. 3 p.m. Come early for good parking. Get yourself set up at the Rainier Arts Center. Adefua, we are anchor tenants at the Rainier Arts Center. So our program has been there ever since, well, I'd say for the past 20 years. But we took it more seriously when COVID took place, that we said, we need our space to be right here. We've been opening these doors for many years, and this is where we feel we need to resonate in our own community, not going out, down, and around and about in our community. So the marketplace doors open at 3 p.m. and there will be like thousands of artifacts for you to enjoy. Get your pre-holiday shopping in there, There'll be African food, hot, beautiful, spicy, African food. And then we'll have a chance for you to take a video. Roger and his team is going to be there, and they'll be collecting, everyone's comments on video. We're going to do that for about 90 minutes before the show starts at 7 p.m. So come early, get some shopping, get some networking in, let us know who you are. We'll also have a wine corner, which is a fundraiser. The whole event is a fundraiser because we're building a cultural center. Right? Cultural arts center. The work we do is a living archive. You know that? It's like we are walking and talking it. We're not talking about it. We're actually doing the work. So please come and support us. We love that. And ticket prices are affordable. If you're not able to afford the ticket price, let us know. We still want you there. We're all about filling the room. So join us, support us.
All about community, y'all. It's better together. So Roger, we have you here because you just mentioned. Thank you for that point. Thank you so much. So we have you here partially because you're part of the board for Adefua. Woo! But you also tell us about you, your business, and you're creating this documentary, the legacy of Adefua. Tell us about who you are, what you're doing, and why this is so important to engage and tell your stories.
I think it's important to tell the stories because our young people are always looking for a path forward. only way that they really truly can forge a path forward is to see where we come from. It's encouraging to see that we've made strides. It's encouraging to see that we have people who plan to make strides. So my presence is because I historical preservation and I documenting stories and adventures of our community. We have a small facility up in West Seattle, but we're supporting the whole state of Washington. So be coming on board for the Adefua ACAC event and experience as a tribute to the community coming together to preserving our history and to forging a new and greater legacy. So I think it's important for people to come and celebrate with Adefua and all of us as well. That even though the central area has been gentrified, our energy is not been dispersed. We're still a collective energy. Now we're statewide instead of just a small little area in the central area. Statewide, we're still cohesive. We're still dynamic. Now we have to connect in small spaces and places online that we can still whisper. This is almost like the real version of the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad has gone viral. Okay, so we have to share our thoughts in the internet and in these spaces that we can get together and we can talk to each other about the greatness of each other. So that's why I'm engaged.
Yeah, I love Shay. Shay, I love these people, and I promise you, this was not a plant. He just mentioned this is like the Underground Railroad. My self-proclaimed middle name is Harry Tubman.
Oh, yeah.
So my first name is Tracy, my last name is Terrell. That's initials TH. When you put in my middle name, Harry Tubman, is TH. Set my people free. God gave me that as a vision. Okay?
Yeah.
So when I say the work that I do is very much about leaving this digital record, this history, leading people on a journey to live powerful. Leading people on a journey so that they go better together. So thank you for bringing that area. Yeah. I'm also part of Bill Check, and it was I'll say. So that was beautiful. Thank you for saying that. And I think the reason I love doing this is living powerfully better together is because we get to bring people like this who are just, there's so many wonderful people in the community, but everyone has not dedicated their life. 40 years of a lifetime. It is a legacy of what has happened, but then you now get to be a part of what is happening, what the next 40 years is going to look like. So as you're building this African cultural arts center, it's yours, it's community. We invite you to be a part of it. Yes, that includes fundraising. Yes, that includes buying tickets and showing up. Yes, that includes donations if that's how you want it. But we're also looking for volunteers, like being a part of this engine, this community is such a beautiful thing, and really sharing your voice. So talk a little bit about the invitation for people to share their voice, to tell their story, to be a part of not only what we've done for the last 40 years, but what do you want to see happen for the next 40 years? How we all need to show up and be a part of that, co-create this legacy, the legacy, past legacy, but then the future.
Well, our devices that we have available to us are by whether it's audio, whether it's video, whether you send a personal text, they're all recorders. They document moments in time, and for us to recognize success, which is we achieve one success, then we go to the next success. But the only way for us to really recognize our path is to look back. You have to look back because it's, those are the breadcrumbs to say, well, how far have I really gone? Oh my God, we documented every step that we've made. After a while, we recognize we've gone a long way. And one of the worst things that Black and brown people shouldn't do is not to keep record of their steps, because they always feel without that record that we've never made we have never gone over. But when we look at our elders and the founding members of our communities, we recognize not only have they just traversed disparity and racism and even financial depravity. They, we've changed things. You've got all of these founding people who are doing these things, and there's baby strides, but there's strides, and all we need is to keep a consistent record. So if you have a video, stand in it and say hi today. I'm getting ready to be successful. Today is that good day. Okay, I'll do it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then do another. I mean, that's just how we have to approach it 1 minute at a time, literally. And then when we look back, we say, man, okay, I was in a pretty bad position that day. Today, yeah, I see where I'm going. So, and it gauges us in our power. So, if you didn't feel as empowered yesterday and you've done 14, 15, 100, 1,000 things, all of a sudden you say, man, that is a heavy road I've walked. But without some kind of marker, you don't recognize it. You can walk down the road at all. Or worse yet, that we have to backtrack our road. But did we backtrack the road to finish something up, or did we backtrack the road to start over? Most of the time, just finishing stuff up. Because a lot of times if we make a mistake and we start it again, the second time is when we are successful. So we had to correct those mistakes. History tells us to correct the mistake. Yep. And we have to recognize it every time we look at it. Okay. Let's see what I screwed up. I'm not gonna do that one this time. Right. And that's why it's just so important to our community.
I love that so much. Adefua, I know you were playing some music earlier. Can you talk about that? Is it still available? So why is it so important? Behind us, we have some drums. This whole place is full of instruments. Like this whole place is like full of right. All kinds. Tell us why music and art. Why is it so powerful for us as a people?
It's our heartbeat. The drums are the heartbeat of people, culture. This drum here is called djembe. Djembe, D-J-E-M-B-E. There's a little controversy on where the first djembe originated from, but through proper conversations and acknowledgments, we recognize that this drum first originated from Mali, West Africa, and then Guinea, because Mali and Guinea is very close. And they speak mostly the same languages. So we know that these drums, the first drum comes from, it was made for the king. Just like the first xylophone, it was made for the king. And now those instruments are used to create beautiful music like what we're listening to right now. And there's more. There's so much more history. Just come and join us. Come be with us to know more about all this. But this drum, your heartbeat, they resonate together. Just like our heartbeats resonate together. What did you say, Dr. Tracy? Let's play a little something. Oh. So these drums have 3 sounds that come out of these drums. The bass, the tone, the slap. And so I'm just gonna quickly. I was able to play 3 sounds, the bass, the tone, the slap. Just come and join us. We'll give you so much more. Yeah.
And you dance, you play.
I love
dance. You have all the things. What would you do with this if you were making music? I feel like I need to.
The first thing that I would do is I would show people how to hold music. This instrument is called a castanet. The castanet is a man-made instrument, but little rocks or seeds inside. And you see the intricate artwork. This is culture. And it makes the sound. You hold them like this. And you normally play two of them. So you'll have one in each hand, and you'll play like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, you'll see all these things when you come in full color, right? And normally when we're making a presentation or we're involved in community, we always have more instruments than what we play for ourselves. That's culture.
You just hand it to the people in the audience and they get to play a little bit.
Well, not necessarily. Like, we'll just have it available and we invite people to come out. Now, if we're doing work like at a senior center, like I teach at the senior center on Mondays and Thursdays, the Central Area Senior Center in Seattle, and it's free. So we have dance classes every Monday and Thursday at 9:15 a.m. It's a 2-hour dance class. And you know, at first it was unheard of. Like, who's gonna dance for 2 hours? And seniors are not gonna dance for 2 hours. Well, let me tell you, 4 years later, I'm here to tell you, we're doing it. And the seniors at the senior center, they perform. We put them on stage. It's been amazing. And it's an evidence-based program where they look at how you have daily movements before you start the class. I'm gonna turn the music on. Okay, yeah, because it's not turning off anyway. And so you being in the dance class, we're able to measure it like 12 weeks later, like what are your daily movements at that time, right? And most people have reported that their upper body strength has manifested after starting in the dance class. Some people say that they don't fall as much as they used to before because of being in the dance class. One of the things I like to share with my participants or students in class is consider yourself like a cat. So you have to really balance, you have to practice and build those muscles as if you're a cat, and then that helps you in the movements, right? So there's just many things that do manifest. And then on Monday afternoons, we have drum classes. We're on like our 14th rhythm now. Our 14th rhythm. And we take our time. Well, so perhaps we teach like a welcome dance.
Oh, got it.
And so we'll teach the welcome, the rhythm to the welcome dance. Or like a celebration. You know, there's many different rhythms that I teach, and we're on rhythm number 14. And these are the seniors moving and grooving. And that's the name of the program. Yeah, the seniors moving and grooving. The average age of the participants that are in the classes at the Central Area Senior Center are like 72 years old.
And I think the thing I love most about you is because you have like little 5-year-olds and you have seniors, like you have all the every age in between. So you have classes for young people. Like you have the youth classes as well. Yeah. So you just won Black, what was it called? Black Dance is Sport. You just won one of the grants, the CRP, the Commerce, what is it? Community Reinvestment Plan. They won a grant. Talk a little bit about the kind of work that you put in the community for youth, for the seniors. It's like all ages. It's an intergenerational experience in a number of different ways. So the performance that they're going to see with ODUNDE, which is this poster right here before you, it's intergenerational. Anything else you want to share about the poster, maybe where it is, want to recap a little bit about ODUNDE and this intergenerational experience?
ODUNDE is so amazing this year, as it is every single year. We know that ODUNDE is like a household name. People will say, oh, it's ODUNDE, oh, we want to come. The one year that we did not have ODUNDE is when we had unfortunate house fire. And so that was about a month and a half before our season of ODUNDE would kick off. And there's no way we were in space, yeah, to have our festival. A lot of our costumes were ruined because of the water damage to to put out the fire. And so one of our dear sisters, Negest, who was our mistress of ceremonies for at least 12 years, she, without any of my planning, no authorization, she went out and did a fundraiser and just blew me away, to make sure that we were able to sustain just our living requirements until we were able to move back into the space. But that just brings me to mind about Sister Negest. Some of you out there probably remember Sister Negest Adefua. She was the first person who created our logo, our Adefua logo. And she created that logo off of a photo of one dance that that honors our ancestors. And this dance is done with poles. And we're going to perform that dance during ODUNDE this year. But my very good friend, Negest, would say to me each year, why don't you stop putting so much time and money into these festivals and take your time and go to Africa?
You mean instead of bringing people from Africa
Yes.
to us?
Yes.
She was saying you should go.
She would always encourage me to go, but I was always really wrapped, intertwined, committed, happy about being in community. I never allowed the time and space for myself to go to the continent and really, dive into our people in the way that I do now. But I decided to do that after she left this earth. I remember the words when she would always say things like that. Aqua, stop putting so much time and money. I remember my mom saying to me different things like, or asking me the question, do you always have to make new costumes? And I would say, yes, Mom. We gotta keep making costumes. So all those things is really for community to come in and be a part of. We love the sacrifice, our time, our blood, sweat, and tears really do manifest, but it manifests for community. And I just don't want to go without really letting you all know that we put a lot of energy into our work. And we do it for you. Everyone has a part and a piece of the puzzle in community. We have blacksmith, we have video historians, we have people to help us like Dr. Tracy get our work across all the thresholds, right? We have teachers, we have ministers. Everyone has a part to play in community. And our work, the ministry of our work, is culture and arts. We are the ones that are in the position of the call of being the transition, the peacemakers in community. That's our work. In Africa, you call them the griots or the jellies. We know who we are. So the work that we do is the language of the people. I currently sit on 5 boards in this community, and I love being the vehicle to be the voice in those ways. So please just know that it's not just about drumming and dance. It's really about a way of life and how we come together. And we know that it's our responsibility to make those things happen. So again, please join us.
So how can people reach you? What's your website? How do they want to support, to donate, to learn more about what's going on? What's your website?
The website is very simple. It is adefuacenter.org. I'll spell it out. ADEF, like Frank, UACENTER.org. Adefua Center. And I think nowadays, since everyone is on the internet, you can easily just Google or say the words on your phone, Adefua, and I think we'll come up. So yeah, dive in, let us know who you are. We need volunteers. We'd love to have you to be a part of any of our constituents. We have our executive board. We have the Friends of Adefua. We are also the administrators of the Rainier Valley Creative District, which is the very first Washington State creative district within the city of Seattle. The Rainier Valley Creative District still stands as the only creative district that is state certified and city endorsed. We have an implementation team that runs that under the programming of Adefua. We also have a youth and family empowerment program. What stands tall out of those programs are the Rites of Passage program for young girls of color. It's a rites of passage getting them from adolescence to adulthood. We've ran that program for 33 years. We also have a local program that's called It's a Girl Thing. And yeah, I said thing, Thang. It's a girl thing. And then we also have, of course, the African Cultural Arts Center that is really creating the space of all the programs that we run that will be under one hub. And the African Cultural Arts Center has a community advisory board. So there's many ways to join in to do the work. If you don't have capacity in being on any of the boards or the information team or the community advisory board, you can come in to be a part of the committee.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you. You mentioned the concept of not just song and not just dance, but you mentioned the griot, the storyteller. Roger, as we close, how do people find you? Because you're the griot project. Like that's part of your story. And then you have a building. What's the name of that building? Then how do people find you?
So our building is up on 2656 42nd Avenue Southwest in West Seattle.
What is it called? The same
We have officially retitled it the Washington State Black Legacy Institute. It was formerly Sanctuary at Admiral. Now Black and brown folks will be habitating and sharing experiences through that space. And again, we're titled now the Washington State Black Legacy Institute. If you're just looking for pertinent information on historical preservation and the way to preserve Black and brown information, you can go to the SeattleGriotProject.com. It's all one word. The Seattle GRIOT is griot. So it sounds like griot, but it's griot. So the T is silent. The SeattleGriotProject.com. And you can see us there.
Y'all, this is Dr. Tracy Harrell. You've been watching Living Powerfully and Better Together. This is an example of what it means to live powerfully. This is an example of what it means to get better together. We truly invite you to join us on October 16th for the ODUNDE Festival.
November 16th.
Oh, Jesus. Stay with it on November 16th. It's actually 2 days, right? There's something happening on Thursday the 14th.
Oh, I'm so glad you missed it.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the Saturday, November 16th. So we got all kind of wonderful things happening. You're gonna go to the website, which is
AdefuaCenter.org.
for more details. There's an event where you can buy your tickets there for the ODUNDE Festival, November 16th. And then in December, we're taking you on a journey. Invest in this woman and the work that they're doing because this is about our culture. African Culture Arts Center, owned by community. It includes things like us going on a trip to Africa and taking you on a journey with us. It's gonna be amazing.
3 countries.
3 countries, more to come. I love it. I get to go turn the light off.
This is great. Thank you.
Yeah.